So there's a certain time and a place for that. And it's, yeah, yeah, I like that in that situation. Hell yeah.
Mm. Okay, okay.
And
But it's oh, go
it's
ahead.
cathartic. It's cathartic because it's the same. Like I can understand both levels. I can understand the completely need to not make a decision right now in any way, but there's trust that has to be there first, clearly. That definitely just doesn't happen. So it's more like the
Right.
other way around because I trust myself. And so if somebody, let's say somebody and I are playing, we're role playing, or
Mhm.
yeah, you're, and we have established rules in which
Yeah.
I'm going to carry out these certain rules. Yeah, you're safe with me in that. But those are communicated on a personal basis.
Okay, I get you. Like,
I'm
okay, like role play. Okay, my last question is this, right? Because it ties into it, right? Now, like the ego for most. Hold on, I'm gonna mute you guys real quick. Okay, because like the male ego with his other peers, right, will get in the way with it. So let's say, for instance, that particular man, he likes to role play where he's been, in the submissive position. Maybe he likes that, dildo up in his ass or whatever by that woman. you know. But anyways,
I knew you was about to do that shit.
I
God
know
damn,
I
M3.
was right. There's some guys that are like that, right? Not me, but there's anyways. But the point is, right? Now if his other peers, his other fellow men find out about it and be like, "Hey, man, you being soft or whatever," that kind of causes like some type of conflict, right? Because now his manhood is being kind of tested. But what you think about that? Because I guess she'll come back because I really want her to kind of answer that part. But I guess before Ruby comes back, to the scene, what you guys think about that part? Like I said, he
Nope.
just
I
likes
think
doing that
Nope.
role play.
Nope. 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 Nope.
no, hell no. I find it. I mean, again, why this conversation is always interesting, is
Mm-hmm.
because if you were to write a list of characteristics,
Mm-hmm.
fuck size, body weight, money, all of that. If you were to write a list of characteristics that you were looking for in a partner, I'm curious where everybody would put submission on that list. I don't even think submission makes my top 5. It probably wouldn't even make my top 10. I can say confidently, like, being submissive would not even be in my top 5. So that's like the earlier comment that I was making, like submission being involved in relationships. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? Like, you can find somebody that's submissive but don't keep their word,
Mm-hmm.
or is emotionally unintelligent. Like, what fucking submission?
But why?
The dudes that push this, that make this the main point when they're talking about the women they're looking for. It's interesting to hear their mindset to me.
Or let me take it a step further before Lady Phoenix goes, right? So watch the session on a key point, because that person could be submissive to you, but she could basically be a demon to like your family, your friends, and everybody else around you. She could be toxic, and you don't even see that shit because she just, she's feeding your ego. You know what I mean? So you have that, or she doing like Watson saying, there's some other shit that's going on that you're not paying attention to because she just only being submissive to you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that those other factors are key. You know what I mean? Because you may have the submission part, but then, all right, it's like if you ask a genie for a wish, and you say, "Hey, let me get $1 million," and the genie like, "All right, cool, I'm gonna give you $1 million." That don't mean that you got all the things in your life gonna work out, right? Because sometimes we may ask for something, we get what we ask for, but it doesn't comply with everything else. That doesn't mean this person's gonna be a good person overall. Don't mean they ain't gonna have a bad habit. No, none of that. They just being submissive to you. Know what I mean? You ask for submission, here you go. Know what I mean? So it's got to be more to go into it. So I get what Watts is saying as well.
No, I think Watts definitely has some solid points, but I don't think submission is bad. And if the person because like I said, even in the Bible, and I know everybody ain't religious, but I follow it to a certain degree. But it's just like I think you have to have the right intentions for the people that you're kind of leading. So like I like what Watts said, because me and my wife operate like that too, where it's just like she has input, she has say so. I'm not just like, hey, follow me for no reason. It's like, that's why I kind of said like, hey man, you have to have a clear vision that includes that person, that gives them some like, I'll say strength and stuff like that, where like I get what Watts is saying. There's a lot of guys that's like, I just want you to come there and be like docile in a relationship. So I could see why women give pushback if, you know, somebody's just coming there and they're like, you get no input. It's like you got no brains and stuff. Then yeah, I wouldn't want that either. But I mean, if that person's like, no, I want you to be included. Here's where I think we can go. You're talented. You know, you're part of this process. Then, you know, I don't think people would have, you know, issues with that type of submission. You know.
No, I feel you. Like I said, man, like, you know, in the real world outside of YouTube, like submission is not even coming to my mind.
Yeah, I never really heard of the word. I'm with like Watts on that.
Yeah, like we all about like try to build like a foundation, love, stability. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, hell, we're more worried about finances as opposed to is my wife submitting to me early in the morning? You know, is she's going to submit to me by the evening? You know, of course, you know, when you go back to like Watts is saying, you take it all back to YouTube stuff. So why is it so heavily that when you come across a YouTube, you got millions of people talking about this whole submission act as if like that's going to be the number one resolution for healthy relationships.
M3, you know what it is, man? I think people, when they have no game, are they fixate on what they can't get. And I think that's what it is. It's almost like I have to force this on people because it's like I said, I think if you're a stand-up guy, man, you got a vision, you know, people will kind of like gravitate towards you to a certain degree. And I think that's what they were even saying about you earlier, M3. Like, I think people gravitate to you. I mean, remember last time we had the live, like 100 was talking about how he goes out, he protects his family. So I just think when you have that mindset, you just don't worry about like I say that power dynamic in a relationship, because it's just like naturally, if you're just a good person and you got the right, like I say, structure, man, people going to kind of fall in line with it. And you're not trying to abuse that power. Like I say, you're trying to more or less uplift everybody in the household. You're trying to get everybody to excel to a certain degree. So I think that's why they fixate on it, because it's almost like they're looking at it from the wrong reason and stuff. It's just like, I'm trying to suppress everybody. I'm trying to keep them down, you know, and stuff like that. So that's why they just fixate on it.
I bet you most of the dudes that get on the internet and preach submission have to get a hall pass to go out with their friends. The ones that preach submission, they got to get a hall pass to go out with their friends. I'm willing to bet.
Oh, no doubt.
You know,
my man said a hall pass.
If I can just say, submission is spoke about a lot because of the crab mentality. Misery loves company. So if I'm miserable, if you notice, a lot of people want you to be miserable because they're not miserable. And that's why I said a lot of people, I think M3 has knowledge in relationships, not to say, hey, look, I'm married. I got a wife. She's decent. Ain't nobody ever seen her on, twerking on Instagram and stuff like that. It's just in my opinion, the way I see it, M3 has the mentality to where I'm just looking down to pull you up. I want you to be with me. I want you to enjoy too. For the ones who are spiritual, 1 Timothy 2, verse 11 through 15, I believe. Because a lot of people would just show me in the Bible, just show me in the Bible. I don't know it like that. But 1 Timothy 2, a lot of times, if I'm with somebody, I keep stuff in house, me personally. I'm not going to turn around and cuss and argue at you in the mall, at the basketball court, at your folks' house for Thanksgiving dinner. It's a time and a place for everything. So with submission, there's a time and a place for everything. Baby, I need you to do this because, I got to work and I can't do this and that. I'm tired when I get home. I pick the baby up, but don't say it's your time because you've been at home all day. I get it. Let me breathe. Let me get off of work. Let me take a bath at least before I pick the baby up. It's got to be, your mentality got to be, you can't put circles in the little square place or whatever. You have to mentally be on that level. But if it's, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this, we understand. Black men, you have been through it. I can't say we. Let me take that off. Every I can't do that. But what, as far as the submission, the Bible, in my opinion, say is that, okay, you see black men been through a lot. Be nice, be happy. There's nothing wrong with cooking and cleaning. I promise you, if you don't know how, you can get a box of hamburger helper. Fry him a smoked sausage. Put some Doritos one day, put Cheetos the next day. If you like a beer, get a beer. You don't have to, drink it with him. Do something that he like. He working. You don't know who cussing at him, who dogging him out, who setting him up. When he come home, let that be his safe haven.
Bam.
There's nothing wrong with that. If somebody dogging you out, cussing you out, this and that, well, I'm gonna need you to stay late, baby. Black women, we should be a safe haven. I ain't saying that you got to turn around and have a threesome or do this or do that. Man, let that man breathe. They've been choking him all his life. Yeah, let him feel like a king in his house. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what a jellyback free zone means. Baby, you come home. This your house. It ain't gonna never be ours because they ask us every year to pay taxes. It's a lot of things I got to understand in order for you to feel that you're worthy enough to be submissive. All of you men here, all of us sisters here, there should be a level of submission. We understand, y'all. And when we don't, is somebody gonna talk to where you see where we coming from?
Thank you for those powerful words, Phoenix. Ruby, I'm gonna get to you next.
Can I read that comment that we have in the chat?
Yeah, actually, that's why I was gonna read. But go ahead, Mr. Best, you can read it.
Okay, and this is gonna just answer anything that I was about to say. My sister already covered it for me. She says submission goes both ways. It doesn't mean one is more powerful or dominant over the other. There's a level of mutual respect to treat each other in a respectful way. Submission is very important. It's got to be both ways. You know what I mean? There's times where I have to submit to my woman. There's times she got to submit to me in accordance to God. You know what I mean? And that's just what I believe, right? So in accordance to God, we got to submit our will. That doesn't mean we're going to do it perfectly, right? You know what I mean? So there's going to be times where she messes up and she has a bad attitude or she don't make the right decisions and vice versa. It's not going to be done perfectly, but we're trying to do these things. Everything that we try to do in relationships, we are trying to do them because we're going to mess up. You know what I mean? And then she says, but unfortunately, marriage has become a social joke. It's become such a joke. That's why people love the wrong idea of what it is. That's why many aren't lasting. Woo! Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Just keep it in G.
A social joke. Okay. You know, before I even give my 2 cents, Ruby, what you think about all this?
I was just gonna shake things up and say y'all should slob on that knob more. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with it. You don't even gotta buy anything, women. Like, this is some free game, and I'm just saying it because Queen there mentioned the threesome, so I feel like impelled to give my sister some game. Slob on that knob a little more. They will never say no to that. And
I also said keep stuff in house.
Yeah. Okay. Dude, that reminds me of that song.
I think guys are more simple than women think. And I think that they obviously use the left side of their brain, which is a logical side. It's scientifically proven. And like the Queen said, it's like, why would you even want to pick a petty fight over someone that has to pretty much battle the world out there, go into war? You feel me? In a real sense. Look on the news. You know what I'm saying? So let's not be so numb. And so I just think that, and women, and for women, I think for men too, it's just like women are very emotional. It's almost impossible to hear their emotion sometimes, but I think just simple like I'm sorry, like I'm just completely sorry I was a dick or whatever. This goes a long way. That's it. My bad.
Are you
My
good? The great philosopher Nelly from the Saint Lunatics once said, "If the head right, Nelly there every night. You might catch me there too." No, I'm joking.
That's a great philosopher, dog.
Let me say this though, right? Because I'm kind of challenging a little bit what Ruby Doll is saying. Like, there's certain things that you give me head is not going to cure. If I just see that you fucked up, I don't want your head. I'm just gonna be honest. If I see your character's fucked up, you're good. You can go somewhere else. I mean, I'm dead ass serious. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, because I'm always thinking about legacy. I'm thinking about the future. Now, if this was 20 years ago, and I was in my 20s, yeah, you probably can catch me with that. That'd probably be easy. You know what I mean? Because I was a young man. I ain't really known the better, and I wasn't thinking about shit. I wasn't thinking about nothing. You know what I mean? I wasn't thinking about no legacy. I was thinking about having fun. You know what I mean? That's it. It was about fun times at Ridgemont High. You know what I mean? That was it. Because I was younger. But as an older man, there's certain things that I value and certain things I'm looking for. You know what I mean? So if it's not, if it don't come in the right way, then I'm cool. You gotta be aligned with what I want.
Yeah, your intentions have to be right. It's not a ploy. It's just out of appreciation. That's what my comments were.
No. I get it. You know what I mean? And I also will say too, like, I think both men and women are both emotional and logical. And it's that men with our emotions, we operate in a different way. So we're not gonna just, we're not just gonna express it the same way that you express it, but we feel something. But I'm not gonna do it the way you do it. Like I might go play the game, I might go get something to drink, you know what I mean? I might go, I might go exercise or some shit like that. But it's on my mind. Like I'm feeling stuff, but I'm not gonna do it the way you do it. I'm not gonna watch Lifetime crying and eat some popcorn. That's not gonna happen. I'm not watching no girly movie and crying. I'm not eating no ice cream and crying. That's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Now I may listen to some R&B music and cry, but that's a whole other situation, right? Because I love my R&B music. But with that being said, I'm not gonna compartmentalize my emotions the same way. You know what I mean? Because I'm a man, but I do feel stuff. You know what I mean? I'm just not gonna say or go after it the same way that you do because I'm a man. I'm just gonna do it differently. So sometimes when I'm feeling stuff, I'll just be quiet. I'll watch the game or I'll play the game. I'll go work out. You know what I mean? And then my woman will be like, man, something wrong. You know what I mean? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Or like, nah, I'm gonna go handle it this way. And it's like, nah, you need to talk about this. And eventually I will get around to talking about it, but it's not gonna be like what women do. Women, y'all feel something, you gotta talk about it right now. Like it has to be talked about.
Not all of it.
Otherwise, you want to hit the social media.
Yeah, sometimes I don't want to talk about that right now. Like, can we talk about this later? And it's like, no, we gotta talk about it right now. Why? For what? You know what I mean? So yeah, y'all want to talk. Y'all like explanations and stuff all the time. Men, sometimes we don't want to explain shit. Sometimes we just want to work it off and chill and do what we got to do and keep it moving, which is not always healthy, but it is what it is.
But see, here's the riff about this, right? Because we don't want to express like our emotions or talk about what we're feeling at the moment, and women want to talk right away. By the time we get to a point where we're trying to get into our comfortable space, now we're getting phone calls from another person, and then that other person saying like, "Hey, man, my wife just told me about what happened, from your wife and such and such." You're like, man, I ain't even trying to hear that. I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to decompose. I'm trying to rest in my masculinity. But then at the same time, some men, they don't really, well, how should I say this? Some people will say the most dangerous man is an emotional man. So
for sure.
We gotta talk about that.
Definitely.
Yeah, they say the most dangerous man is an emotional.
Oh, the dangerous. Okay, I thought you said the best one was emotional. I'm like,
oh no,
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Talk about that aspect as well too, though.
And you know what, M3? There's a very big difference of being submissive and being emotional, because a lot of people think that submissive means you can't cry, you can't get upset, you can't do this and that. I saw, and I do not talk about NOI. I love my dad. My dad was none other was is perfect other than Jesus Christ and God the Father. But my dad came right up under the angels and stuff like that. He was just as perfect. But my dad only cried one time, and that was when I was in a diabetic coma in 1978. And she hated me since then. So my dad never showed his emotions after that. My mom did everything that you would think a destructive woman would do. My dad never talked about her to us. If he did, he talked to the brothers in NOI, and he talked to, the guys at the barbershop or whoever he talked to, but he never showed his emotions because the one time when he thought his child was gonna die, this lady was like, well, I guess you're gonna sleep with him, with her next. I guess you're gonna do this. I guess you everything evil. So, you have to be with somebody who's mentally not going to play with you, who not have to tell everybody at the nail salon what's going on. That's why the people who I have been with, I don't need YouTube to know. I don't need IG to know. I don't even need my kids to know. If we cool like that, I need you focused and looking at me and talking to me. If you upset, I don't need you to do what this guy in Texas just did. I'm thinking about moving to Cali now because of all of the craziness. People quiet, they do this, you don't know what step they're gonna take. And then you got all of these people not here anymore. So, be you. Be you. This is a jelly free. This is a jelly bag free zone. I didn't say you couldn't cry.
Please explain that. That's the second time you said it. Please explain what that is.
A jelly bag is a man that won't stand up. And I'm not saying that a man that don't have emotions. You a man, so be a man. If you got the right woman, you gonna have, just like Kimberly said, just like M3 said, just like 84 said, you gonna have your bad times. Trust me, I have my bad times. But nobody know about the bad times, because me and that person keep it one-on-one. And the people that I have to address, mentally pick me up. I don't have to turn around and say this and that. So it's a man that's know that you're doing right and you still moving up. You're doing right and you moving up. If I'm talking to you and I'm insulting you and I'm you trying, and I can't even have your back and you trying, erase, replace. Simple as that. You are something. That's the reason why you here now. That's the reason why you on this platform, because if you wouldn't, the people who own this platform wouldn't even have you here. How about that?
Wow.
Let the church say, hey, man.
Man.
No.
Hold on, hold on. That's a big dog in a whip? Is that
Chef.
Chef in a wizard? What up, man?
Chef.
I love you, Chef.
What up, Chef?
You on
Man,
mute,
here
Chef?
riding
You on mute.
dirty.
You mean big dog?
You know how I do. That's how you know it's the real chef and not a clone. I be on mute. Yo,
Hey.
first off, I ain't gonna lie. I was in the whip and I didn't feel like listening to music anymore. It was bullshit on the radio. So I said, let me put Bluetooth on and then go to YouTube. And the first thing that came up was this, and I saw the topic. I was like, ooh. So it feels like I just pulled up on a party at my cousin's house. So listen, I got a couple moves. Yep. So I got a couple moves to make, but I want to say this. I want to answer it and be as short-winded as. So one, can a man be submissive? Yes, a man must be submissive, and I can explain that. What does, when you Google define submit, it means one of them is to yield to the power or decision making of another. Another one is to try to stop a fight. Okay? You Google it. So now, we know as men, so when some people think the term submit, they think in terms of the quasi-sexual dynamic of a man and a woman. But in terms of submission, men, we submit every day. If you have a family, you submit. You could say, fuck all of that shit, I'm gonna stay home and play Xbox. But you submit to that responsibility that you currently have, or that you committed to. You submit. You might have a boss that's 4'2" and you 6'2", and you could crush him with your pinky finger. But the thing is, he sits in a higher degree of power, and you recognize that you have a high degree of responsibility that you have to deal with. Okay? You're going to submit to the will of that position, of that job, of that freaking boss or employer, because you understand that you have a greater goal. And we submit all the time. Dudes who want to get ripped and get an 8-pack and a 6-pack abs, okay? They can't drink Hennessy like I do. They can't go kick it at the club and eat whatever they want. They have to submit to their goal. So we submit to our goals. Men, a man sees something happening on the street. He sees 2 dudes that's trying to test him, and he wants to fight them, but he knows he has 3 children and a wife that may not have skills at home. He's going to shut the fuck up and take himself home to his family, because he recognizes that they need him. And if he's gone, they're at a disadvantage. So we submit every freaking day. Submission is a part of life. That is about, if you're Christian, if you're Muslim, submission is a part of gaining your righteousness. You understand what I'm saying? Submission is a part of discipline. Okay, you know how many people, you know how many soldiers could have kicked how many soldiers, peace, 100 watts, all right, thank you for your service. You know how many soldiers that went through boot camp that could have beat the shit out of their drill sergeant, but they submitted to the will of their goal and the will of their purpose and the cause and their greatness. So can men submit? Absolutely. It is required for us to submit in order for us to grow. And I believe that submission is also an understanding of authority. It's understanding of the machine. Okay? It's a machine. You ain't gonna push a round peg through a triangle hole. It doesn't work. Once you understand the machine, then you will know when to fall back and then when to surge forward. But submission is a part of life. Sometimes you gotta know to shut the fuck up until Debo walk away, and then you start talking again. You see what I'm saying? But so
Chef, real quick, I got a question for you, because I like what you were saying, and that's facts, man. But do you think submission? So it's kind of like the discipline and responsibility to that too, right? Based on what you were saying. Okay.
Yeah, in terms of discipline and submission is something that we basically. Okay, I can't see you. Sophisticated jerk, right? So peep this. You know that if I don't want to go against the words, a little person rolls up on you, a 3'9" little person rolls up on you and tells you he's gonna whoop your ass if you don't walk away. You may laugh, you may ignore it, but then if 2 7-footers do the same thing, right? And not saying that you could be a real one, but the realest ones remain alive. You feel me? And so you're going to make a decision and submit to the dynamic of that situation. It doesn't mean you're submitting to life. It doesn't mean you're submitting to this, that, or the other. If you understand that there's certain things, you've seen videos where different celebrities could have beat the shit out of somebody that was being disrespectful, and what they did, they submitted to their position. Rich people, wealthy people, they're taught to submit. Me and Victor Freeze, we had a concept, 100 Watts, he was there for that, called the prison of wealth, the imprisonment of fame. Jay-Z said it, okay? I shoot you, I'm brainless, but if you shoot me, you're famous. What's a nigga to do? That's the imprisonment of wealth. That's somebody that is so wealthy that they recognize no matter what I can do, I don't want to do it. That's submission. And it's a choice. Submission is a choice. But listen, fellas, I got a few moves I'm making. I'm editing some stuff. I got to hit the studio and all of that. But I just wanted to jump on and talk to the topic. You guys are cooking tonight. And, I'm going to be listening in the wind, all right?
All right,
Hey,
man,
thank you
take
for
it easy,
tuning
man.
in, Chef Shapiro, man. I appreciate your
We
insight,
love
man.
you, Chef.
All right, big dog.
Yeah.
Much love.
Love you back
You already
too.
know.
Peace. Y'all hold it down.
Much love, man. Thank you so much.
Yes. Always.
Take it easy,
Thank
Clay.
you.
All right.
Peace.
Everybody go follow Chef Shapino's like YouTube channel, man. Support him. Dope brother, man. He's all about the man, just building the community, uplifting people. He's a real solid dude, man. And definitely, man, you'll do yourself a disservice, man, if you're not tuning into his work, man. So yeah.
Can I ask everybody one question? Because I still like what Watts was saying in the beginning, man. And because I get the whole submission thing. So it's like, man, you kind of recognize the authority and stuff like that. Everybody does operate under that. But with relationship conversations, do y'all think maybe instead of like submission, we probably need to focus on cooperation? You think that's probably where we need to really have the conversations?
But that's what I'm
Responsibility.
Mhm.
Like I said, I really think the word needs to be responsibilities. Like there's no communication in terms of who's responsible for what, who needs to do what to keep the household solid. Hey, so you're gonna take out the trash. I'm gonna wash the dishes. Those are our responsibilities. I'm gonna pay the bills. You're gonna take care of the kids. Those are our responsibilities. Like those aren't even being communicated clearly before. Like that needs to happen before you even get into who's leading, who's submitting, who's following who. Before you even get into all of that, who's doing what? How is it that what do I need to do to make sure you're happy? Let me tell you what you can do to make sure I'm happy. Responsibility needs to happen before we talk about any type of cooperation. Because if you, like I said, the list of characteristics, if you don't have the list of characteristics that I'm looking for, I don't even want you to be submissive to me. I really don't even want you to acknowledge me, shawty.
To keep it pushing, huh? Nah, I mean, that's facts. No, that's a good point.
He took it
So
there.
that military coming out, talk about the responsibilities, but that makes sense, man. That's why we, military, could move in a direction because, like you said, they outline duties and responsibilities and stuff. So I like that.
Okay. I have to agree with you on that one. I mean, normally I would say like it's about cooperation, but in order for you to get someone to cooperate with you, you have to show signs that you are a responsible person. That you're a responsible person. Let's see. Midlife bro, Logic. Okay. Let me bring you in, bro. Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good. Thanks for having me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Yes, sir.
Salute.
Much respect. Thank you for tuning in, man, into the live streams, man. I don't know like how much you probably got from like, this whole like, should men be submissive to women type of topic, but I just want to hear your thoughts real quick.
You can't be submissive to women. Women think they want that. If you give them what they want, women don't even know what they want themselves. If you submit to a woman, she's going to lose all respect for you. She's not going to be turned on by you. And pretty soon she's going to kick you out the door and say that you abused her. And that's just the way it is. You got to keep 1 foot above. You got to keep her 1.5 steps behind. And that's just the way it is. You can't have a woman lead you around on a leash. That's not the natural order of things. That's not what's going on out here on these streets. That's not how you keep your woman in check. I'm not out here saying that I'm Don Juan. I'm not out here saying that I got all the answers. Yes, I have an inner simp demon that I fight every day, right?
Okay.
It's chasing me. It's chasing me down like a Godzilla -1 coming up right on my back. And every day I have to fight the inner simp demon. I can't let it win because as soon as it wins, if it gets ahead of me, if you let your guard down too much, if you give them everything, if you give these ladies everything, if you expose yourself to them, they're going to see what you are and they're not going to like it. And that's just, it's unfortunate. It doesn't feel good. And again, I'm not saying I'm some player. I'm not the man who got all these women out here on a leash. I'm just doing the best I can. I failed many times. Hopefully my failing days are over. Hopefully, probably not. Let's be honest. But I'm doing the best I can. Should men be submissive? Absolutely not.
I appreciate your transparency, and just being straightforward about it.
So, when you say you was having the failures, was it because you had some form of submission? Is that what you're trying to lead up to, or did you have your current approach? What you're saying that you did, and did they fail because of that?
You get in a relationship, you love a woman, and you try to make it work. You want it to work, and you do what you want. But then when you really try to build with the woman, when you're really down for it, when you really commit fully and 100%, and then the arguments start happening, then you move in, then the sex slows down, and then you start taking each other for granted. It's a problem, man. And then just to keep the peace, you let them win. And it's called death by 1,000. What's the damn word I'm looking for?
1,000 cuts.
This is like some manosphere shit. Betatization by 1,000 cuts. Betatization by 1,000 concessions. Right? Okay. The woman wants to decide where she wants to eat. That's fine. You can let that one go. It takes forever. They can never pick. They always pick the wrong thing. That's fine. But it's like, where are we going to go to Thanksgiving? Well, can we go to our parents first? Well, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you go to theirs. And then the next Thanksgiving, you start doing twice on their side. No, you can't let them. You got to put your foot down. And sometimes you just got to fight. It's unfortunate. There's not peace in the household. But it's just unfortunate reality of the situation. And again, like I said, I'm not the guy out here writing pickup game books or any of that. I don't have it like that. I'm just a normal, average at best guy, just trying to do the best I can. Don't submit. You're going to fail. Don't submit just to keep the peace. Stand your ground. Choose your battles. I hope that answered the question.
No, I did.
Anyone else?
What he just said really, I feel like reiterates why I hate submission, because and I don't want to put anything on you, but I feel like I can relate to what you said, because I feel like a lot of my failures was because I just didn't know how to stand on my square. I just didn't know how to stand on my square, and I guess you would say that that's submission. And when I think about it, I don't want that from my woman either. I don't want her to submit to me in that way to where she can't stand on her square. I don't want it. I don't want it, because if she's submissive to me and I say, all right, we're going to go to my mom's house for Thanksgiving, she just got to eat it. She can't. Nah, I mean, we went to your mom's last year. Let's stop by my father's house, and then we can stop by your, like, I don't know, man. It just sounds like submission means don't stand on your square. I don't like it. Male or female.
You can't win them all. You have to choose your battles. You shouldn't be tyrant. Don't be a tyrant. Don't be a dictator. But the woman, and it's happened to me, man, they'll just lose attraction for you. Then they'll disrespect you. Then they'll disrespect you in public. Then they'll disrespect you in public in front of your friends and family. And it's just like, ugh. It's just like the worst feeling ever. There's just no recovering from that. Maybe you guys never went through that. I hope you never did. Learn from my mistakes. Don't let it get that bad.
I have went through that. I definitely have went through that. I've went through that personally, and when I think about it, that shit was my fault. Because when you felt comfortable enough to disrespect me in public, it should have either been squashed or separated from there. But because I let you disrespect me in public, we went home, we talked about it, and you cried and all of that, and we moved on. Now you're gonna do it when we get to my mama house. But again, it's just standing on square. Like, I didn't stand on my square. I was being soft as fuck.
But
what she said, a jelly back?
Yeah, jelly back. But 100, let me ask you a question. So, when these type of, like what you guys are describing, like standing on your square, and if y'all look back on those situations, was it probably like you maybe selected the wrong person that wasn't on your like program and stuff like that? Would you think that was probably the biggest issue?
100%.
Okay.
100%. You know what? I'd say 50%. I think
Okay.
50% of it was she wasn't what I was looking for, and I think the other 50% is I didn't even know what the fuck I was looking for. I couldn't communicate it clearly. I didn't know what it looked like. I didn't know how to receive what I was looking for. It was probably 50-50.
So that's why, like, now you're stressing like the characteristics and
Characteristics.
those things up front
It's three things.
and outline stuff.
There are three things there are three things that I look for in a woman: emotional intelligence, communications, and decision-making skills. Everything else we can figure the fuck out.
Well, because I wanted to emphasize on that because with like midlife, what is it, bro logic? I kind of agree that you do got to put your foot down, but I think like what 100 Watts is kind of outlining now. I think if you vet the person, you know what you're looking for, the qualities. Man, I don't think you're gonna have that much of a fight. Because, man, I've been married 20 years, and don't get me wrong, man, people ain't perfect. And I know 84 was like hitting on that. But it's just like, man, if you find somebody that has like similar, I say like the characteristics that you need and kind of in line with you, and then has that temperament, I don't think like you have to be that tyrant and, you know, want somebody to always cave in and stuff like that. I think a lot of stuff you just kind of figure out, you know, it's just minimal, is like worthless. So like you were saying, pick your battles, but I don't think you're going to have like too many of those like big battles that, you know, a lot of people are having. Cause I think like, man, people are just so infatuated, man. They're picking people based on whatever like silly metrics. And then that's when you have those, that tug of war that's going on, you know, with this whole shit that everybody's kind of dealing with.
I do gotta hop out of here. I'm about to get out of y'all way. Let y'all do your thing. So for me to wrap up, I'm gonna say I agree with what M3 was saying earlier about, you know, if you got your stuff together, like, you really don't have to ask for this. Like, it's not hard. If you have your stuff together in terms of knowing what you're looking for in your life, actually taking the steps to achieve those things, you've figured out how to find your piece. You know, you got your man cave, or, you know, you go to the bar with your homies or go play pool, whatever. If you have your stuff together and know how to operate and move through your day-to-day and your emotions and the job and all of that, finding and when you know what you're looking for, you're not gonna have to ask for these things. Like, most of it, you're not gonna have to ask for. Now, of course, you know, your partner is going to push your buttons. They're going to test your limits. They're going to see if you'll let them get away with some bullshit. And you have to be able to be consistent in not accepting bullshit. But submission is overrated. It's not necessary. And everything can work without it as long as the other characteristics line up.
Watts, if I can really quickly, I wrote you a comment in the chat. You wasn't a jelly back then. We all learn. I'm gonna tell you something about Knowledge and Relationship Channel. Like I said, they'll dip down to pick you up because they want you up. Every woman, if a woman is gonna push your button, guess what? That's not your woman. That's not, you wouldn't put here for somebody to chastise and dog out. Every woman is not that way. When the time I saw my nephew cry, I told him, now his mama was telling him he that and that, what he was used to hearing. I said, Emmanuel, baby, come here. I said, what's the quote? I think back then it was 27-1. I said, you go find your 26 other one, and if somebody don't need theirs, you get those 26 too. Now, it wasn't the right thing for his auntie to tell him, but I wouldn't go let my nephew, I wasn't gonna let my nephew cry. I wouldn't finna let no little wench turn around and hurt him. And I wasn't gonna let him think that what his mama was saying was right. That's his mama. I didn't say nothing ugly about him. I said, hey, you just keep on keeping on. And if the quota is 27-1, I'm pretty sure it's about 55 million to 1 now. But I said, you just turn around. TLC had a song, young man. I'm gonna let you go on this one because I got to get ready for work tonight too. It was Switch, and TLC said what they said: erase, replace, and embrace new face. You can do that too. Google, look it up, and let that be your quota. I mean, let that be your motto: erase, replace, embrace new face. It never said. Them girls never said. Rest in peace, Left Eye. Y'all never said. You know, dog a man out. Lil' mama was saying, what she said, ain't too proud. I ain't too proud to beg. Find you somebody who ain't too proud to beg for you. You go to that girl mama house, not to just somebody mama house just cause she a woman. Baby, if you anybody you get bring you down and make you feel down, you erase them, you replace them. I'm an old lady, I can tell you that. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You better say,
That's
Walt, you better say yes, ma'am.
I
You know
love
what?
all
You're
of
right.
y'all
Because if my
here.
mama heard it, she'd hit me in my head.
I love all of y'all here. I'm
No,
gonna tell
but
you something. M3, when I was down, I'm a woman. I had been dogged out on a couple of channels. I was down and I was down in 84 and M3 and Chef,
Salute, Walt.
Bolo, black men pulled me up. Every man ain't bad, especially not a black man. Some of them wrong. I'm Nigerian Egyptian. Two black Nigerians scammed me, did everything wrong to me. I still love black men. You just got to find the right one. Y'all take care and be blessed. I love y'all. M3, I'm gonna hit that replay. Young man, I'm glad you're doing better. I'm glad you're doing better, but don't let anybody, not even me, bring you down. You understand?
Wait, which young man?
I'm trying to see which one that said he was been going through bad things or whatever and this and
When you
that.
talk about midlife,
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Oh, thanks. No,
yeah.
I appreciate that. Thanks for the encouraging words. I can certainly, I'll take them anywhere I can get them. Miss Nix, I thank you. Yes, endeavor
My
to
real name
persevere.
is
I'm not giving up.
Sophia. Yeah,
Sophia.
look, don't ever give up. I love you all. Thank you so much, M3. Every time I see you, I just and I keep forget y'all. I have to play favoritism. 84 is my baby. If something happens, 84, I keep forgetting. He keeps saying that he's 40 something. I'm like, if I win lotto, I wouldn't even sign the back. I just send it to Cali where he is. He's just
Lord
such a
have
baby and
mercy.
everything. Look, you think I'm lying. You such a little baby. I don't have a son, so I gotta steal you. And if I do move to Cali, I'm not gonna be at your house. I'm just gonna move next door. Ain't that what Kanye did to Kim? I'm gone, y'all. I gotta get a couple of Z's before I go to work. But I love you, M3. I owe you and Miss 84. You gotta share with M3 and Miss M3. That's all.
Yes, ma'am. Love you,
Okay.
lady. Lady.
Y'all
And we
take
love you
care.
too, Lady Phoenix. You know, my wife always talks about you. She tells me to tell you that she loves you as well too. So you're always loved around here.
Thank y'all for picking me up. Black women who listening, every black man ain't. These brothers barely knew me, but they took time to stop and pick me up. Don't be mean. You never know who got to stop and pick you up. It may be the one who you do wrong. So y'all just stop being ugly. And if y'all think that every black man is mean, probably come to this channel. They ain't never cussed me out. They ain't never belittled me. You just picking up the bad vibes. You got to quit being a magnet to negativity and pull yourself up by who you choose to listen to. You ain't gonna hear nothing wrong here. When y'all replay, y'all hear me say that, please. Because if you told me to pay attention, I bet you in my 50s I would. I'm not a bad looking girl for 50 something, but I have gotten over hurt. It's my job as an older woman to make sure y'all don't hurt.
oh word, what you looking like? Oh, no, I'm playing.
I mean, I'm 47.
Hey,
Cam
shit.
up. What you got?
You want to look at me getting ready for work and everything, going into
No
a
doubt,
warehouse
no
or
doubt.
whatever.
Me and midlife in.
There we go.
This is me. This is the man of the house. Where you at? Right here. And
Right on.
this is me getting ready. I do not wear makeup. I wish I my eyes are tight because I should have been in bed. But this is such a wonderful topic, and all of y'all are wonderful people to listen to, and everything. So I have to.
Yeah, get you some sleep. You about to go get that money, so we ain't trying to mess with
Oh,
your hustle.
I have to, and people are like, well, can't you do this and can't you do that? Back in the day, even it was, if you don't work, you don't eat. I just sent my daughter 3 boxes, and they were like, "But Mama, you don't have to. You don't have to." I said, "It's a shame that older people don't even have enough money to leave their kids." I was like, "It's not for you to take care of me. It's for me to take care of y'all. Y'all sick, take off. Let me send you something." That's what we spoke, and we just lost touch of who we are and what we supposed to do. We have to get that back. I don't ask them for nothing. I love that. I don't care that they, say who they are and everything or whatever, but I work so I can see them happy. Those my daughters. When my baby girl was, she was at Bradley University, and a little boy told her closed legs don't get fed. And I said to myself, that's the last time, first and last time somebody gonna ever tell you that. So I make sure that they don't have to do the ugly things, and that their friends don't have to do ugly things, and they don't have to, for a utility bill or food, turn around and do unmentionables. I want them to have fun, but I'm not gonna turn around and let them do what y'all know that I'm talking about for a green piece of paper with a white man on it. I said, rich people even have bills. You save up and put up, but if you don't have enough common sense to put up for a rainy day or whatever, let me go up under my pillowcase. Let me go up under my mattress. And it's just a shame that us as older people, it's that we can't help the younger people. I done gave little boys crying, trying to pay their senior dues and stuff like that. I turn around and tuck it back. I tuck it, give it to them back or whatever. Or, turn around and play with the kids, show them how to plant gardens and stuff. So they won't want to twerk on a video and stuff like that. Because when you get in your 40s and 50s, what you gonna do then? Them twerking days gonna be over. Don't nobody want, and I got friends 62. One of my neighbors 44 and crying because she just used up. Now she want a husband. I was like, bless your heart. So at y'all age is where you should be asking questions. And men, no offense, I'm not sexist. I don't have a son. My dad had 9 kids. I don't have a son, and everybody else did. I can't give you advice. I can help you, but you where you need to be for conversations like this. Okay. I can turn around and wipe your boo-boos and turn around, give you a bed to sleep in. But y'all need this knowledge, good and bad. Y'all just help each other up. I love the women here too, though. They so beautiful. But I want y'all to help each other. If you can't, if you fall down and you can't realize where you at, I promise you, somebody on this in the chat, somebody on this platform gonna pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
I love you. Y'all have a good night. I got to go run in this bathtub.
All right.
Hey, go ahead and count the sheep, Lady Phoenix. Get some good rest.
Oh no. I got to shake, rattle, and roll. It's babies to feed. It's the world to feed. Y'all take care.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Love you, Lady Phoenix.
Love you back.
Thank you. Shout out to KMA, Kimberly. I didn't forget about you. And shout outs to Ruthless Truth that's also in the building. KMA, I was loving you holding up the little like teacup or whatever. Plus your skin is radiated. So, shout outs to you. You have anything that you want to like chime in on the topic?
Yay, my sister KMA, she's up here. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk too much because I'm here terrorizing and tormenting my husband by making him lunch and giving him a cup of coffee. I just poured that thing down his throat. Woo! I'm telling you, it was so hot. I don't care. I think he's dying. Are you dead? No, it's quiet. I think I need to close it.
Put your foot down, player.
Wait, hold
Put your foot down.
KMA, are you trolling tonight? Are you trolling tonight? Have my trolling finally got to you?
You know why? Because hearing this topic, whatever topic that falls around the beauty and madness around marriage, and I say that because I was having this conversation with my uncle's wife. That's not my blood, but I respect her because they've been married for a long time. And that's my go-to. And I mentioned in the comments is when you are married or in a relationship or want to get into a serious relationship, go to people that are in a healthy relationship. I'm not saying a perfect relationship, a healthy relationship in the sense of they're not acting crazy around you and they're showing a level of maturity as well as a mutual respect behind closed doors and in front of your eyes. And that's my go-to person is my uncle's wife and my uncle. And because I know if I'm wrong, and I don't run to them all the time, maybe it's every 4 years, I don't know. But when I go to my uncle and I say, listen, I need advice, I don't go and say, oh, I got a problem. This guy is just, no, I don't go. I also got to watch myself because hearing some of the guys talking, I'll be very honest, it comes from a place of hurt. Because when we speak of certain topics, you can understand by the way a person attacks or speaks on a topic to see if they are coming from a place of hurt or a place of healed and healing or a place of healed or a place of, look, I'm not even about that. I don't even want to go there. And that's okay. But I know what it's like to also speak of a place of being unhealed. I was there for a long time. My marriage was toxic for a long time. We're not knocking on 10 years because it's been perfect. No, I wanted to walk out. He wanted to walk out. I was difficult. He was difficult. I was stubborn. He was stubborn. I'm more stubborn than he is. So it works out both ways. I just have a higher level of patience. He doesn't have patience for nonsense. Like, I love my husband for that. He adds that balance to me because he don't have patience. And I love him for that, because that's what makes him unique. And I had to understand that about my partner. And going into a relationship with someone, you gotta understand, especially marriage. There's a cousin of mine that's getting married this weekend, a niece that got married last weekend. And while I'm on the phone with my aunt, because it was her daughter, she was saying, you know what, Kim, I'm glad that you guys are in the space that you're at now. And I said, thank you very much, because the honest truth is, and she went on to say, the honest truth is, marriage is not always pretty. Marriage is not always beautiful. Relationships can be messy and ugly a lot of times, but people want to fake things and put things on social media. I think right now on my socials, I know about almost every person that's telling the lies and telling truth at this point because I'm looking at what they're posting. I'm looking at how they're posting it. And I'm like, I've had a conversation with you. You're not even taking care of your kids. You dumping your kids at your mother-in-law's place every day. But you posting your kids like you're doing something. You're not doing something. And then we've got us that are day and night. We sing to our kids. We sing to our partners. And not because I'm forced into submission. Because I want to do it. I take pride in doing it. I take joy in doing it. Whether my husband appreciates it or not, whether my kids, I apologize for the background noise, but whether my kids appreciate it or not, when I go into the ground one day, my hands are going to be clean. I could care less about who thinks my level of submission was good or bad. But I know my hands are clean in the sense of I try to impart my better self as much as my kids saw the good and the bad. And we talk about it. My husband saw the good and the bad, because that's what it's supposed to be like. There's no fairy tale marriage. If somebody's selling a fairy tale marriage, they're talking a whole lot of, nice things. But there is no fairy tale relationship. But when you get into a space of being healed and healing means, listen, I got some childhood traumas. I come with some past relationship. I'm messed up. That was what I came with. And I didn't realize after my 5th year of marriage, when me and my husband couldn't stand each other, or let alone want to be around each other, we're sleeping in the same bed, but I can't stand his face. He couldn't stand my face. To a point where it was like, okay, you can leave. I was like, whoa, wow, finally he gets it. Whoa, I didn't have to do all the dramatic things that females do because I'm not a dramatic female. I'm very chilled. Only the artist side comes out as very dramatic in the beginning. That's KMA. She's all drama. But Kimberly Anderson Brown, she's different because at the same time I had to come to a point of where, okay, I need counseling. Forget about this dude. Forget about what he's facing. Forget about the fact that we both come from single parent households and we had no point of reference of what a good, healthy relationship is about. Forget about all of that hogwash. Let's just go back to the point of, listen, I'll be honest with you. I am broken. I have daddy issues. And I had to lay that down. I have daddy issues. I have mommy issues. I have every man that ever hurt me issues. So I don't know how to even love myself, let alone love you. Because as females, that's what the mistake that we also make. Some of us go and give our whole heart, our emotions, our everything into the marriage. And then we're looking out here like crap. Our hair is falling out. Our clothes are looking a mess. We can't even pull ourselves together for nothing. Can't even put some lipstick on to try and pretend. And then at the end of the day, people look, oh, I feel so sorry for her. But look at her, man, he's looking so good. So I had to also get to that point because it had to take my mother-in-law to also say, look, my child, you got to start looking after yourself. And I was offended. I was genuinely mad. I'm like, oh, look at this woman. Who is she to tell me? She must go tell her own son. So it's
so
all
you was out here looking like Post Malone?
I'm telling you, bro. Like I was like, look at this. How dare you come and tell me how I gotta put my hair and how I gotta snatch my waist? I'm a big girl. I'm not doing that for no butt. Like I had this whole chip on my shoulder. And then when it hit the 6th or 7th year of our marriage, the girl had to figure out that she knows nothing about relationships. She knows nothing about marriage. She understands nothing about what it's like to even be in a healed and healthy relationship. So I had to sort me out in order for my husband to understand, okay, no, she's changing. So I gotta change. She's doing something, so I gotta do something. Like it was small things when it came into writing, because I had to learn to express myself. So I started doing what makes Kimberly happy. You don't need to make your wife happy. She has to find out also where is her happy place. Sometimes her happy and calm place is in the corner and saying, look, I need about 10 to 15 minutes. Put a timer on your phone. Come look for me after 30 minutes. I need to be alone in the room. And he also has to understand, okay, she needs 30 minutes to herself. And I'm gone. I do that. I take the laptop, I go in, maybe I'm making beats, I'm recording something. I don't know. It could be anything. I could even just be laying and doing nothing. And I'm left alone. And I'll ask, can you please just, the same with him. If he says, look, I got to go get busy with the car. I need to be left alone. I know that. He doesn't even need to tell me he needs to be left alone. I'm going to get busy with the car. Okay, cool. I'll take you your food. If you want me in your space, you ask me. It's not about me making you happy or you making me happy. It's not a thing about you submitting to me and me submitting to you. It's about a mutual understanding and a mutual relationship and a way of communicating that we both understand. Yes, there's going to be arguments. Yes, there's going to be disagreements. Yes, there's going to be moments when I'm going to want to kill you or maybe put something in your food that makes you die really slow. God knows I've thought of those things many times.
Shit, let me put the banner up.
I'm gonna be very honest because talking
snapped.
Bro, I'm telling you, I can't lie because at the same time, there's too many people. Nobody came and told us some of the things that we learned in our marriage. We got married at a young age. We were in our early 20s. People said we were making a mistake. People that got married, 5 other couples that got married the year that we got married are all divorced. There's only other one that's surviving, but she looks a mess. And that also hurt me because when I look at my husband and I'm like, okay, cool. We look good for our age, boy. I'm like, ooh, look at us. We look good. And at the same time, it's like, what are we doing right that also they didn't do right. What are we trying to do? We keep fighting for each other. That is the difference. Submission is not just about, I'm going to go down on my knees, because in Africa, we know submission. We know different levels of submission. We know the level of submission where you got to go down on your knees and give a man a plate of food, submission. I know. I've seen some women do it. You understand what I mean? But that I will never do in my life, because I'm not my husband's slave. And neither is he my slave. We respect each other. It's not about me dominating him and him dominating me.
KMA, hold on. One mic. Don't interrupt. I will drop you. I don't care who you are. One mic. Thank you. Go ahead, KMA.
So yeah, that I'm gonna land my plane on that, because the interpretation of submission at this point is all words, but no action. People want to also talk about, I want to be in a relationship. I'm talking from a woman's perspective. I don't know about guys, but there's women that are like, I want a man. He must look after me. I was not looking to be a stay-at-home wife. I love making my own money. Love it. I loved the thrill of the chase. I loved seeing that money in my account, like, oh yes, we going to town. We good with it. I loved that. He knows I loved it. He knows I loved it. And also when it came to not having a job for the first time and having to be a stay-at-home mom, it was a big hit for my ego and my pride. Not for him, because he was like, okay, cool. So this is how it is. Okay, cool. You take care of this. I'll take care of that. But we didn't have to really say it. He just saw I was really broken. I was throwing a fit, not him. I was the one that had an issue with it, not him. And now, like 3 or 4 years later, I'm here, barefoot and pregnant, literally in the kitchen. I'm every stereotype right now. Oh my God. But the thing is, we are in so much of a better place in our marriage. We are so much in a more healthier space in our relationship. We're communicating better because we had to come to not an understanding, an openness. And that's the thing about marriages. Some people are scared to say, look, I am messed up. I need me some counseling. I need to go up into a mountain and scream my lungs out because I genuinely don't know what's going on. That's what happened with me. I had to go through anxiety and depression. And the man is rushing from work to my work because I got an anxiety attack. And nobody understood it was emotional things that I was dealing with. But he was there. And I couldn't understand what was going on. And I had to say, you know what? I think I'm depressed. And he's like, why? I'm like, this stupid guy, how is he asking me why I'm depressed? Like, how the hell do I even know? You know, so that's the thing about learning your partner and your partner learning you. When do I stop the conversation? Because I can see, you know what, he is not handling how this is going, or she is not handling how this is going. So look, we'll come back to this and we'll talk about it later. That's me. When I'm angry, I don't talk about things right now. My husband, when he's angry, he can lash out now, but I can't because of my level of anger. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to catch me at my first case. I need to go. So I need to take me a walk. We have to understand also what triggers us. If you are not healed and you are still dealing with emotional traumas and problems and things from even exes, it might not even be childhood things, take that responsibility and say, look, instead of just saying relationship is this, marriage is this, submission is this, and putting a whole lot of hogwash on it, look, I'll be honest with you. I can't talk on that topic because I've never been there. I can't talk on that topic because I've never had a healthy relationship and I don't know what it looks like. I have no good point of reference. I have no people I can call up and say, hey, they have a good relationship. So that's where I'm going to land my plane, and I'm going to go and see how far I can kill this man.
Wait. Okay. Everybody, pause real quick. Pause, all right? So you know, because YouTube has this little thing, right? We gotta be careful of what we say, right? So look, what we discuss is not political, clinical, financial, medical, nor legal advice for entertainment purposes. On the behalf of KMA, right? Look, you know, the opinions of our panelists, guests, and chat are not necessarily the few points of knowledge and relationships. Look, I don't want to have to go into YouTube school again about, you know, being like harm or violence or whatever to the channels. I forgot what they call it or whatever now these days. But look, YouTube, don't come after me. You know, that's just KMA. All right, that's her viewpoint. We don't kill nobody. Okay, not here at all. All right, love. Anyways, we do have
come for me. I stay in Johannesburg. Come for me.
Shout out to South Africa.
I will say this though. You know, I mean, I don't talk about a lot of personal stuff with a lot of people, but KMA is one of the people that, you know what I mean, as a, you know, I look at her as family and I can talk to her about things that actually matter and things that I actually care about. So thank you, KMA, for always being there for me and for my family, and we definitely appreciate you. You know what I mean? I thank your husband as well, and the kids too, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And definitely one day I will come by and take that bowl of macaroni and cheese for real. But we got Ruthless Truth up here. You know what I mean? Definitely share, brother, and share your perspective. And then
salute too. Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, first of all, let me start off by saying hello to the panel. Mr. M3, Excel on down, Sophisticated Jerk. Nice to see you again, brother. Long time no see. Stanley, I know you ready to simp. And my man here, I haven't been with my man up here, right here. Midlife bro life. Okay, cool. Nice to meet you. KML, damn, where are you? Okay, Mr. Bass. So I'm gonna repeat this. Should men be submissive? That's where we at, right?
Yeah, that's where we at.
Yeah.
So I 100% agree, but submissive to what? Right? So this is where we are submissive to. We are submissive to commitment. We are submissive to the journey. We are submitted to the building blocks. We are submitted to the duty of a relationship or a marriage. This is where we're better than women at, right? This is the part we're better at. So this is what we do, right? Once we see that the apple of our eye, and we say, oh, objectively, want to build my legacy here. This is where I want to build my happy home. This is what we do. We will submit to the journey, not happiness, to the journey, because we will build, we'll be dutiful. We have to put up with this up and down emotional roller coaster that we with. We have to, you know, kind of turn a blind eye to her combativeness. You know what I mean? We have to, I'm just saying, hey, we got to put up with her flaws. And then she got to put up with ours. So but we go in with the mindset, right, of knowing that this is going to be a battle. This is going to take great commitment. And this is what we're great at, right? This is why we're the leaders. This is why if you see a million-man army, right, it's going to be 950,000 men, right? Because one thing about us, when it's time to complete the mission, right, we're more than capable to complete that mission, right? We had to go, we had to do what we have to do. So, yes, we should be submissive to not the woman. Let me clarify, let me lay this disclaimer. Not the woman or her happiness, but to the duty of the commitment and the building of the journey of building this house. That's what we should be submitted to. Now, whether you monogamous or not, that's, like some of us fall short, right? But it's okay. It's okay because at the end of the day, no one's perfect, right? We can all agree on that. So we have to, and this is what I wish the women take lessons from us, right? The women need to take lessons from us because we are soldiers in these relationships and these marriages. We are soldiers. We will, and I say it time and time again, we take care of the financial burden, pay for all the dates, right? We emotionally available. We're doing all the things we hate to do. but like this is why we don't do it to everyone, right? We can't do it to anybody. Like some women, you know what? I just want to smash. But to the one we building with, we will commit to that. So submission is a good word for the battle, for the long haul. And it is, I would have to say to my brethren who are married, right, and successfully married, you're a diamond in the rough. Because out here it's tough. You know what I mean? A lot of men are looking and searching for the very thing that you have. But I'm gonna land this plane, right? I do salute to those who have stuck to the duty, stuck to the commitment, and not let our emotions lead our command post. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Stan Joseph, man. What's the deal, baby? What's going on?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Sorry for being late.
It's all good.
All right.
Yo,
I typed something in the comment section before I came on. I put down, women will destroy your life when you don't obey them. Thank God for the side chicks and the work wives.
All right, Stanley. Okay, you came around since we last talked.
Oh man. Here's 3 points. Here's 3 points, right? And this only come from like I said now, like the whole thing of like going into like dating and everybody come with these key phrases, right? I have a problem with the word submission because they'll use the Bible on you and talk about Paul, what Paul says. You got to submit to the wife and spend half your time with the wife and God, and they're trying to control you with that stuff. When women say they like communication, they want to hear communication. My experience is not communication, is do what they say. If I'm not doing what they say, then we have a breakdown in communication. Not considering that I can think for myself, right? And then number 3, when they talk about influencing, I'm like, they want to have the final say. But again, I'm a man. I have to make a decision that best fits me in my life. And also I find out like servicing versus submission goes into manipulation versus respect. And what that look like, I'll give an example, right? Manipulation is when you agree to say something like, this Saturday, I need to go do A, B, and C, right? But you have Saturday night. She'll come on Saturday morning and say something like, did you forget that we have to do this? Knowing full well that's not what happened. And then after that, we get into a fight. Then after that, I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and just to keep peace, to go for it. And then she will go ahead and reward me with something. And for me, you don't respect me, because that's how I look at it. And it's like, and I know myself. Myself is like, once you do things like this, I am now stepping back and looking elsewhere. And that's something I notice about myself when it goes into dating. I'm not into the happy wife, happy life. It's not. If I'm not happy, I got to figure out my own happiness. If you're not happy, feel free to leave. That's where I'm at, because I already looking at number 2, number 3, and number 4. I'm going to have backups.
Stanley, what happened to you, baby? You done turned a new leaf.
Oh, man. It's no longer Stanley. Steven taking over.
Because Stan, man, I was going to ask, man, like, what's the origin to the story, man? You know.
No, but that's the thing. Like you grow. The whole thing, like what I've noticed a lot of times outside of church, since I left church and after COVID and everything else, right? I mean, after C19, right? When people find out that you're a Christian, they hold you at a different standard. And I'm just like, I'm not a genie nor am I Jesus. Like, I have a personality and I'm my own person. And guess what? You're not going to run me. This doesn't work.
Facts.
Yeah.
So I'm not really attracted to Christian women anymore, because a lot of them wants me to become John Gray or one of those hip hop pastors. And I'm like,
I'm with you, Stanley. They're all the same.
Yeah. I'm like, that's not what he said. I'm like, what the Bible say? What did I say?
I would not date a woman in the church.
So I look at, for me, what I'm finding out when I look at other women with and they might be Christian or whatever, I don't even ask for what they believe in. I look at how they apply their faith to the stressors in their, because you will see how things work in their lives. And I'm like, hey, so why you do this? What's going on here? Because it's rare that you meet women that's like that has like the character enough to go ahead and just apologize, acknowledge that they did something wrong, or it's just something like, well, that's weird. Like, how come you think like that? And that's all. I never say anything else. I just watch. And then after that, like, I'll decide, like, okay, I can extend myself a little bit more. So what I noticed for my own self is don't be so quick to serve just because I'm a guy and I'm supposed to. No. You now gotta earn it for me. You gotta earn it. I gotta look at you, and then I'm like, okay, I can do this.
Have life became a lot better, like, since you made that decision?
Yeah, it's a lot better. Some women think I'm being mean, but guess what? I gotta protect myself, right?
Stanley, boy, you not a simp no more.
Said Rufus is proud of you.
Salute.
Oh man, trust me. The other one, JoJo, that's the one we need to be scared of. JoJo comes out at night, rolling the streets of Oakland. Like that.
Let me say this. I'm saying this out of love too. So, Stan, I don't want you to get offended, but I have to say this because it needs to be said because we're having real conversations. Now, Stan, you know I respect you. I love you. You're my brother, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for you. But there's two things that you have lacked, and you've lacked it for a while. And these are the two things that you got that you have to get a mastery of, and this will make your life even better than what it is right now. Accountability for your own actions and things that you've done. And also you have to be healed, which is what KMA talked about. You know what I mean? Those are the two things that if you master them, that will bring you to the next level.
Can I talk about that? I want to talk about that.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me finish. I ain't even let my play. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's not an attack at all. You know what I mean? You know me. You know my story. I've been what you've been through, and I went through that for almost 2 decades. And 3 will tell you, 2 decades. 10 years on the East, about 10 years on the East Coast, about 10 years on the West Coast. 2 decades. You know what I mean? That I've been doing, that I've been going through this. You know what I mean? This November will mark 20 years of me being a part of the church movement. 20 years. I started in 2004.
I got a question.
So for 20 years, well, November's already passed, so damn, it's already been 20 years. Damn. So 20 years.
Yeah, that's my year, bro.
2004, right? Yeah. So 20 years I've been going through this. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Them 3 know how it was. And he knows the stuff that we've been through. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, like, you know what I mean? The reason I said it is because when I was sitting and I was laying in damn near my deathbed about 3 years ago, and nobody was calling, and nobody was sending an email, and nobody was sending a text message, I had to lay there and realize let me not curse because my sister up here. How did I end up here? You know what I'm saying? How did I end up here? I know what everybody else did. I'm not gonna name the names, even though I feel like I want to, but I'm not gonna name the name. You know what I mean? We know the names, and you gotta remember, Stan. I don't. Not only do I know the power structure here, I know the power structure in the South and in the East Coast. So I know a lot of people, and I know some that lived abroad, right? So I had to ask myself, how did I end up here? What did I do to bring myself here? And I had to do an accountability check, and that was hard, bro. That was hard to do. It was hard to do. I couldn't blame my father completely for everything that was going on. And yes, he does owe some blame, just like my mom has some blame and some things to take, right? Because they didn't do the best job, but they did what they could, and I'm grateful for what they've done. You know what I'm saying? So, and I couldn't blame the church. I couldn't blame the jobs. I couldn't blame nothing, man. I couldn't blame my woman. I had to look at myself, and that was hard, bro. That was super hard. Because the only thing I had at that moment was my phone that was playing bossa nova music or playing R&B music, which I was singing to just try to get myself back in the right state of mind. You know what I mean? And the little TV, which I hated because they didn't have no cable. It just had like some basic television. So it pissed me off. So I would just turn that shit off. I'm sorry, I would turn it off. Sorry, K-Man. I would turn it off. So with that being said, it really had me really take accountability check. And only a few people called me during that time when I was laid up. You know what I'm saying? Only a few people did. You know what I mean? So, and I remember that time. I remember it vividly. I remember coming home, having to, get myself back and, you know what I mean, take the medicine and deal with the complications of medication and feeling, woozy because I'm taking medicine and my body ain't used to it, and having these weird, awkward times where I would sleep and wake up and having to eat as soon as I wake up and then having to work out. I remember all that, man. I remember it all. It was hard. It was super hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's, it's still a miracle that I'm here today, to be honest with you. And I'm able to work and get back to where I want to get back. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know what I mean? So that was one. And the second part is healing, right? So during that time too, man, one of my folks was, they was getting out of prison. And I had to, work through getting to know them again and also building a family again. You know what I mean? And I'm still learning how to do that with them because they haven't been around for damn near 40 years. You feel what I'm saying? So, but I had to heal from that, bro. And it took, and that takes time. That's a process. You know what I mean? When people hurt you, you know what I mean? Especially when you really believe in them, it messes you up. It hurts you because you believe in them. You know what I mean? Especially when they put the word of God behind it, you really believe in them, yo. Or if they're your family, or they gave you life, you really believe in them. And when they use that, you know what I mean, and they take advantage of that, that hurts more than anything. You know what I mean? That hurts more than anything that anybody can ever do to you, because you actually really cared about this person, and you invested your time and your heart and your mind and your soul and your very essence to this person, and they betrayed you. That's the worst feeling in the world, man. You know what I mean? For people that make fun of it or say, oh, you need to get over your trauma, y'all ain't never been through nothing. They ain't never been through nothing. You know what I'm saying? So Stan, I'm with you, bro. I know it's a process. I'm not telling you to do this overnight, bro, because you won't be able to, because nobody's able to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always here. My door is always open. You know what I mean? And I share my stuff, and you can share your stuff, and I can share the things I go through, and you can share the things you go through. Shoot the Smitty, you know what I mean? And a lot of things I do feel when it comes to men or women, because most of the men in my family are like pimps, man. They do what they want. You know what I mean? They rotate women like a pair of socks. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. Because they don't trust women because of different things. Or because they're not healed as well. So, and they have to take accountability as well. But, you know what I mean? To me, when I look at you, man, you're a great brother, man. You have everything that anybody would want, bro. You're responsible. You take care of your family. Like, you really take care of your family. Not you just show up on holidays and get money. You really take care of your family, bro. You love them, like, for real. And I know the things that you do for your family because you share with me. You know what I mean? Like, you really love your family, and you really sacrifice yourself and your home and your space and your finances and your food and everything else for your family. And I salute that, bro. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's the type of time I'm on. I'll do anything for my siblings or my parents, anything. You know what I mean? Except for move. I'm not moving where y'all live at, so don't ask me. But but yeah, you know what I mean? Like, anything else, they got me. They know it. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I definitely salute you on that, man. You have a great career. You even work with one of my family members. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you have a great career, man, and you're super responsible. You take care of business, and you definitely are a great human being when it comes to just your character, bro. So your character is never questioned at all. Not with me anyway. You know what I mean? But but that's just one thing, or those are two things that I feel like you need to continue to work on. I got to continue to work on it, bro. Like, I ain't got it all put together. I don't. You know what I mean? But those are things I feel like would definitely help you, bro. And like I said, it's a process. You know what I mean?
Are you digress?
No, not yet. No, hold on.
Yeah, well, hold on, guys. Just real quick for a second, right? First, salute to Smitty, man. Much respect. And guys, look, I gotta close it out like in a couple of minutes though, because I gotta get ready for work later on tomorrow. So, but go ahead, man. Go ahead, rock out, man.
I was just gonna say real quick, 84 was saying like Stan's a good guy. I would just like to say he's a dirtbag and you need to get it together. No, I'm joking. You got a lot of work to do, Stan. No, I'm joking.
You come
Oh,
up with
that's all
a damn
good. That's all
show,
good.
man.
Y'all
No,
get
I
off
just want to say
Stan.
something. Oh, go ahead, Ruthless.
Yeah, I'm saying, Stan, you're my man now. I fuck with you now, Stan. I got your back. Right? You want to go?
Oh,
They want to
thanks.
go to war. I've got your back. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
Oh no, I just want people to know, like, yeah, 84 is right. Like, it's an ongoing thing, and I want to say something about the accountability part, because the accountability part I take on myself was, one, getting therapy, two, put myself back out there and going out and date, right? And it's also just straight up like keep going with the therapy, because man, it's 5 years. I'm still doing it, right? And also I got coaching, and what I've learned from my accountability, because I'm always looking so inward in myself, I've become blind, and also I put myself back in the same situation that I'm running myself away from, because I assume that, and it's going to add up to healing, to be healed, I got to accept stuff and forgive and go back in it with blind, stupid faith. And it doesn't work. And what that'll look like for somebody who will go back into the same situation, and this happened to me. I did not sleep for 3 days straight, and my body was on attack mode. And that was dangerous. I had to go to the ER because it's like 72 hours no sleep. And my body was like, you know what? Yeah, your heart wants to forgive, and your mind says that's in the Bible. But right now, the Unga is coming out. The Haitian gene popped out. We got the machete, and we're ready to go.
Hey, let me tell you something. Listen. If you are from any part of the diaspora, you Caribbean, you from Africa, you from anywhere, we know what that machete is, yo, and we know what that means for real. Know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my brothers and sisters across the diaspora. We know what that means, baby.
And so, like, what I've learned from that is, like, and also again with therapy, right? It's okay to reinvent myself, because this is where I'm at. That's why you guys see me with like locks and my hair growing out and everything else. I'll never be the same Stanley. I can't be the same Stanley. It looks different, and that's it. Like, it's going to be different. It's going to look different. Dating women from other churches was an eye opener, because it's not just that organization. It seems to be this whole thing. And for me, it was like, okay, let me date other women who are not Christian and see what it looks like. And that was helpful to see, like, people actually have faith in whatever they believe in, and they apply it. And that's what's helpful for me, was like to see that. Not saying I left the Christian faith and doing something else. That was not it. It was just something that I needed to do for me, and to look at that, and it was helpful. But yeah, to answer your question, like, about the healing, it's going to take forever. But accountability, here's what I'm going to be held accountable for. One, if you're from that past organization and you come back here and I keep on telling you leave me alone, I already reported you to the FBI. Don't come here. Don't come here. Don't ever come here. We are not friends. I don't like you or anything like that. I don't respect you, nor do I value you. Please exit. I haven't seen you in 6 years. You're going to be okay, because I'm okay. And I'm Haitian. Don't do it. I can't control that side of the street.
Wait,
and also, I'm descendant.
Hold on. They still trying to contact you?
Yeah. And also, here's something else I found out. I did my DNA. Not only am I Latino, right? I knew that part. I didn't also know that I was Nigerian. So that also explains so much. I can't handle foolishness. So that's where I'm at. So do not come here. I'm not going to.
Hey, KM ain't gonna become a meme. That's a meme now. We got a meme. We have.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't do it. Other people found out something else. They're like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah.
I just want to interject here real quick, right? For MP close down the show. What's up, MP again?
What's up, Rufus?
Yeah, I just want to say, men, see, here's the thing, right? The greatest thing men have, right? And sometimes it's hard. It's restraint, right? And with restraint comes build up. And with buildup comes like a bomb, right? And women, especially, people that we care about, that we love, that we admonish, that we, appreciate. We just want a reciprocation of the love which we display on hand. And when that is devalued, when that is compromised, when that is betrayed, then the world wants the man to say, hell, right? Like, what the hell are we talking about, right? Men, we are soldiers for our journey. I don't know what kind of, maybe some guys feel, they've been trying to please every woman for their whole life. But I'm not here to please women, right? The woman was made for me, not me for them. I respect them. I give them respect off the top, right? I respect them. And the one that I'm dealing with are the couple women, or the 3 or 4, however many I'm dealing with. I give them respect and admiration. But when the disrespect comes and the disregard, because I have feelings, even though, I'm a soldier, but I still have feelings. And when the disregard comes for that, then I feel like I'm in the bed with my enemy. I feel like I'm at war against an op. So I don't want to, and I don't need to heal from that. What I need to do is grow from that. And what I need to do is make the proper provision as a leader to dismiss that. Now, yeah, I understand, some men think they're the problem. And sometimes we, but most of the time, our nature does what it does, right? We are what we are. I mean, have me a little side piece. You know what I'm saying? Hey, these women out here got work husbands. So, hey, let's all come together. Let's all come together and say, you know what? We all flawed. We're flawed humans. But the world is, and especially men, need to stop doing this, right? Putting so much on our motherfucking shoulders, dealing with this irretrosity, this disrespect to these women. I'm sorry. If they want mercy and grace, they need to go pray to the Almighty God. But don't get it from you. Don't expect it from me every single time. So,
try Jesus. Don't try me.
I'm just saying, I love you women. I love you women. I love your presence. I love when you in your femininity. I love when we're having a conversation about life and building. I love when we're making love. I love when we're doing all those things that make us great. But when you betray that, I just want you to know, in the State of the Union, you are an enemy. And once you become an enemy, then I have to get rid of you. So, because I just want to give you the word.
Hey, Ruthless, real quick. Real quick.
Yes.
We have to give a shout out to the sister wives, the side chicks,
sister
and the wives that have been helping us out, getting us back home to those angry girlfriends and wives and making us stay faithful. Shout out to you for making us men of God. Making sure that we stay faithful and follow the word of God. Go and play that organ music. We're going to give a praise out and a shout out before we get out of here. We're going
Wait, who just left from the build? Oh, it's sophisticated. Guys, let me ask you this though, right? Because would this be an interesting topic, right, for the next time?
I see you in the building, bro.
So Simon Hectic. Lola, guys, let me ask you guys this though. Will you guys want to have a topic, right, about work-wise? Is your role as a woman a work wife or something else?
Hey, I've been a lot of women's
leave that topic alone.
Work husbands. I didn't know.
I ain't touching that.
I say just go for it. I've been everybody's work husband. I just found out last year.
Y'all ain't touching that. Y'all be wanting to put your mouth in a lion in a lion. Y'all be putting your hand in the lion's mouth, and just because y'all pet him and he act nice, y'all think they cool. Keep putting your hand in the lion's mouth, and when they bite down on your ass, I don't want to hear you crying. I'm telling you that. I don't want to hear you crying.
It'll be a different type of cry, 84. It'll be a
different type of cry for real. Look, man, I'm not touching that. You gonna be on that one by yourself. Hell nah. I like peace in my home. I'm sorry.
Ultimately, we want to give women the world. We want to protect them. I tell you, once we find the apple of our eye, we want the best for them. We never want to see them fail. We win. We want them to win. That's you just don't want you to be combative. Just be respectful. Let's have the conversation. If we have a disagreement,
salute, Stan.
Let's try to work it out. That's it. That's all.
Right. Look, guys, I gotta get going, but Simon Hector, I know you just came up at the end. I'll let you say something like just for like maybe a couple of seconds or a minute, but salutes to you, my brother. Sorry, man. Like, yeah, we are about to wrap it up.
We'll give him 2 minutes. We'll give him 2 minutes.
I appreciate you, man.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you. Salute to Mr. Best in the World, man. The more I live life, the more I understand shit. And this is one dude that told me that shit.
Yeah.
Should men be more submissive? Yeah. Why not? As long as you're in your frame. No one can take that away from you. And we keep speaking about this stuff. Like we say, okay, as long as you stay in your frame, like, you are who you are. So it don't matter if it's a woman or man, your job, council housing, the real estate, entrepreneur. It don't matter. Just stay in your frame, man. Just do what you gotta do. Be submissive to a point. Sometimes I would say you need to downplay your shit because some people don't understand your shit. But just understand what you're doing. Just understand what you're doing. Make sure and ensure that it works for you. It works for you. Shout out to Information Man.
Salute, Information Man. Much love, bro. I love the Black History stuff you're doing. Go ahead, Simon. I'm sorry.
No, that's what I was saying. You it's about to wrap it up.
And Simon, man, love you, brother, man. Thank you for always popping up and showing me love, man. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? I got to really find a way to do it. I got to find a way to do different streams, man. I got to do international stream with you, KMA, all my international people, man. I got to, because we just think the American experience is the only experience, and it's not. You know what I mean? There's a whole world out there that we need to tap into that our audience needs to see, man. So, I know KMA right now, she's busy. You know what I mean? She's doing everything she got to do with her family. So, but KMA, I'm coming for you in February, okay? I'm going to give you 2 months, all right? 2 months, yeah. February, we got to get to work, girl. Come on. February, let's get it. You know what I mean?
You want to mess with me because that's about close to my due date. February, March, April, but it's all good.
Okay, matter of fact, I'll give you to May. You got till May, all right? I'm respectful. I'm gonna give you to May, and then by May, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it going. You know what I mean? Because I know you about to, you know what I'm saying, give another blessing to the world. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know what I mean? Definitely. We definitely gonna be chopping. You know
shit. I mean? Okay, congratulations, KMA.
Yo, until you don't want me, then that's cool. You get what I'm saying? I'm sticking with knowledge and relationships and M3 and intellectual soapbox. That's how it goes down because I got some big shit that's gonna go down. People don't even realize it, but it is what it is.
Right.
Yes,
I'm calling this on the title right now, man. It's gonna be called the International Soapbox. I like that already.
Let's go.
M3 is dangerous, man. But I've been sticking with you, brother, because you start with me when I was in my time of need. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it is. And even now, like in my narrative, when I first came up to your platform, I was speaking to you about stuff I was going through, and the world goes round. It's 360. It's 4 o'clock in the morning over here, and my baby mother, she is tripping. She's tripping on. You get what I'm saying? So she's like, "Yo, I'm gonna come down. I don't give a fuck what's going on." Like, she is tripping.
Later, sister. I'll holler at you later.
Later, Cameron.
But I love her still. Do you get? I don't know what to do. Do you get what I'm saying? But you know, when I sort of started bouncing with you guys like 2 years ago, like you gave me some advice and stuff, and I was like, yo, that settled it to an extent, yo. But now she's back in the frame, and it's just like, Jesus, all right, I'm up. I'm up. The only reason I'm up is because it's like she about to pull up. You get what I'm saying? She called me on the phone, right? She was like, yo, the only reason why I'm coming around is to like drop some milk off. I know that ain't the case. Because she'd be on the phone like, I love you. And I'm like, okay, all right. Do I need to call the police or something? What the you know?
But
I'm just trying to.
We got.
Yeah, I know you're right. I know you gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go to bed. But you know, I'm gonna be on tomorrow, bro.
Next time.
Tomorrow.
Man.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna be on damn near almost every day. We got something tomorrow. We got something Saturday. Yeah, we gonna be on tomorrow, man. So holler at us tomorrow, man. We gonna be on.
Salute. I thank you, brothers. I might have to. The only thing that's stopping me right now is just getting my daughter a passport. It takes about 3 months. But I'm gonna get the fuck on the plane, get the fuck to New York, man. Shit.
Let's go, baby. Salute to salute to everybody, man. But M3, man, close it out, baby. Let's go home.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, look, man. Thank you guys, man, for tuning into Knowledge and Relationships. Mr. Best, thank you for streaming on your platform as well, too, man. You know, subscribe to all of our channels, Knowledge Relationships, Intellectual Soapbox. Salutes to like the following people that came up there, especially like, you know, Ruby, 100 Watts, the new guy that came up there as well, too. Sorry, I forgot his name already, but Midlife,
the Midlife cat.
Midlife. Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that. You know, Midlife, Lady Phoenix, man, like, you know, we have some heavy hitters, man, like Sophisticated Jerk that came up in the building as well, too, man. So, Simon Hectic, thank you for tuning in as well. And if I miss anybody, my bad, y'all. But we had a lot of people come up on this topic, man, and it was fun. Anyways, thank you again, and we are signing out, man. Mr. Best, we'll see you around next time, bro.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna holler at you. You know this.
All right, and shout out for Stan too. Don't get a work wife, man. Don't get yourself caught up, fellas. Stay happily married, and that's it. Peace.
Baby.
Knowledge and relationships.